guys, I'm Melissa and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share with you TBR for my Stacking the Series project, because I've decided to start the Stacking the Series project again this year. Stacking the Series is it's something that was created all the way back on Goodreads. I don't know if it was the romance readers Goodreads groups that started it, or if it's just something that they have on multiple, because I've definitely seen it everywhere. I don't know who was first. But then Sarah took it on to BookTube from the Bookish Knitter a couple of years ago, and I have joined in on that a couple of years in a row. I have had a couple of years break from it, but now I wanted to get back, and I have again found 10 series that I wanted to work on. And the way that Stacking the Series works is that you decide how many series you want to read. And one series you read one book from, second series you read two books from, third series 3 books from, etc, etc. And I chose 10, so that means I have one series that I need to read 10 books from, and when I read 9 books from and onwards. So in total that's, I think, 46 books. So that's definitely doable. So I've decided to go with 10 different series, and I'm going to let you know which series that is going to be. The first series, where I only have to read one book, I always choose a series ender, and I also want to read one that's a little longer, that's a little bit more complicated, because it's just one book. And for that one I decided to go with Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the last and final book in the Lunar Chronicles. So I have started this one, as you can tell, but I'm only, I think, 60 pages in. So, and it's like 800 book pages, so I have a while to go. I was supposed to finish it in January. I don't think that's gonna happen now, but I'm definitely going to try and move a steady pace on this for the next coming days. But I have to finish something else before it expires, so a couple of days before I get back to that one. The next series I want to read is a 2-book series, and another one that I want to finish, and that is the Carstensen and Lanny series by Nicole Helm. This was my favorite intrigue series, so I hope it continues that way. And the second book in that series is called Wyoming Cowboy Protection. I have this in a 2-book bundle thing. And then the other one I have is Wyoming Christmas Ransom. This is the last and final one in the Carstensen and Lanny. Then there's another one where there's 4 books in that I will go check out afterwards, but these are the 2 that I am definitely committing myself to this year. If I'm a little bit rusty, it's because I am a little bit hungover. I went to a girls' night thing yesterday, and so very tired. The third series is going to be the Royally series by Emma Chase. I just decided, since it's a 4-book long series, I could just as well finish it over the next year. I enjoyed the first one quite a bit, and so I would like to try and finish this one. And the second book in that series is called Royally Matched. Then we have Royally Endowed, and finally we have Royally Yours. The next series that I want to read is The Pancake House Mystery. This is by Sarah Fox. I read the first 3 books in that series, and I really enjoyed the first 2. The third one was at like 3 to 3.5 stars, but I still want to read on in it. I enjoy the narration of the audio, and I have a feeling I will enjoy the majority of these books. If not, it's very short books, so it doesn't matter too much. So the first one in that series I want to read from that series is called Yeast of Eden. This is the 4th book. The 5th book is called Crepe Expectations. Then we have the 6th book. It's called Much Ado About Nutmeg. Then we have the 4th book, which is called A Room with a Rue, I think. So that is that series. The 5th series I want to read is The Seaside Cafe Mystery, because I started last year. There's only 5 books left in the series, so I wanted to complete it. And this is by Bree Baker. Bree Baker is also Julie and Lindsay, which I read an intrigue book from last year. Really enjoyed it. And Bree Baker is definitely, like, her pseudonym is more, she's written a lot of cozies, so decided to go with this one because I had them on my Storytel and really enjoyed the first 2 I've read. So I have another, it's a 7-book long series, so I have 5 books left, and so these are the 5 books that are on my list. Tide and Punishment, the 3rd book. A Call for Kelp, which is the 4th book. Closely Harbored Secrets, which is the 5th book. And Partners in Lime, which is the 6th book, and then we have Pleading the Fish, which is the 7th and final book in that series. The next series I want to read is the Elemental Assassin series. I wasn't sure where I wanted to put this because I've had it on my Stacking the Series for a couple of years, but I wanted to put this on here, and I am looking forward to it. I had read up to book 8 in the Elemental Assassin series, so I had book 9, 10, the next one from there. The first one I have to read is Heart of Venom. Then I have The Spider. We have Poison Promise, Black Widow, Spider's Trap, and Bitter Bite. So I'm actually really looking forward to getting back into this series. They're super fast reads, so I just need to figure out how to read them because I have to read it from my iPad still, so hope that will work. The next series I put on here is definitely one that I am uncertain about if it might be a bad idea, because I've had it on my Stacking the Series before, and ended up struggling with the remaining ones I had there. But I'm still only 10 books into the series, so I have like 10 books left, I think. But I decided to go with Virgin River. So if you remember that, I struggled a little bit with that one, but I'm hoping that the next books will be okay. There was definitely some good books in the mix, so hopefully they become better and better. But the books that I have to read from that one is Promise Canyon, which is the 11th book. We have Wildman Creek, the 12th book, and the 13th book, Harvest Moon. We have Bring Me Home for Christmas, so a Christmas book. Gonna be interesting. I think I'm gonna read that in July or June or something. Hidden Summit, Redwood Bend, and Sunrise Point. So these are the books from the Virgin River series that I'm going to be reading. The 8th series on here is going to be the Vampire Knitting Club. So I have 8 books here. I think if I read these 8 books, I think I'm finished with it, but I don't remember if there's one more book or something like that. I'm definitely very close to being caught up with the series, with this one. So I read the first 3 books in the Vampire Knitting Club series, so I have to read the remaining from 4 to 11, I think, 12. Anyway, these are the books that are on here. Stockings and Spells, Pearls and Potions, Fair Isle and Fortune, Lace and Lies, Bubbles and Broomsticks, Popcorn and Poltergeists, Garters and Gargoyles, I think. Diamonds and Daggers. I really enjoy the Vampire Knitting Club series, so I'm really looking forward to continuing with them. The 9th series here is definitely an interesting one. It's the Brooklyn Bruisers series. I started the Brooklyn Bruisers series last year. I thought I read the first one, or it was the Brooklyn Air book, but it wasn't the first in this overarching series, so I decided to go and start over. It's actually the 4th one. I'm starting over with this one, which is the Brooklyn Bruisers. So I am reading a book from 1 to 10 and skipping 4th because that was the Brooklyn Air book that I read. I gave it 5 stars, so I really enjoyed that one, but I wanted to read more from this series. This is a hockey romance series, and we're following the Brooklyn Bruisers team. The first book in that is Rookie Move. Then we have Hard Hitter, and these are all by Serena Bowen, just want to say, but you'll see that on the cover. Pipe Dreams, Bountiful, Overnight Sensation, Superfan, Moonlighter, Sure Shot, and Bombshells. So, yep. The last and final series, the 10th one, is In Death by J.D. Robbe. I have been reading from J.D. Robbe's books for a while. I read the first 11 books, I think. Really love the In Death books a lot. So I decided I wanted to read on in that series, and so these are the books that I had, the next 10 books. And so I have Betrayal in Death, Seduction in Death, Reunion in Death, Purity in Death, Portrait in Death, Imitation in Death, Divided in Death, Visions in Death, Survivor in Death, and Origin in Death, and those are the 10 books that I'm reading for that. So these are my 10 series that I'm working on over the year. There will probably be more, but these are for the specific challenge. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any way to tackle your series this year. I just missed having like these 4 or 5 books that I knew I was going to read every month, that it was a continuation of a series. It was a good way of making sure that I finished a couple of series over a year, so definitely happy with that choice. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how things goes with this, and I thought 46 books is definitely still not a whole lot, and the majority of them are in audio form. So yeah, anyway, this is everything I have for you today. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.